My wife and I joined a book club together. That's a fun adult thing to do. It's also a thing I recommend if you have teenagers at home, because if you're like me, you think to yourself constantly, what would I do to leave this house for an hour? And then eventually you have one nerd friend that's like, would you read a book? Yeah, I guess I'll give it a shot. Book club's fun because my wife never reads the books. What she does is she watches movies based on the books. And then she trusts me to tell her any discrepancies so that she doesn't appear foolish at the book club meeting. And I haven't messed with her yet because we're still in the building up trust phase of this prank. But I'm gonna mess with her eventually. Like eventually we're gonna be at book club and someone's gonna be like, what'd you think about Girl on the Train, Trisha? And she'll say, well, I thought the most exciting part was when they raced in the indoor skydiving place. And then had bratwurst in what looked like a skating rink that had grass on the top of it. We go to the marriage therapist. I recommend that for everyone in a relationship. Go to therapy together. It brings you closer together as a couple, because on the way home from therapy, you get to talk shit about how dumb you think the therapist is. If there's ever been anything we've agreed on, it's that one thing. Our guy, I don't know about him, but he thinks some of our problems are my fault. Seems like a real quack to me. Our first day there, he gave us a book to read, and he said, this was gonna help your marriage if you guys read this book together. And I was like, what? Why? How about you read that book? And then you know, give us advice from it. Isn't that what we signed up for today? What's step 2? I read another book, get some patience on my own? Did I accidentally just become a therapist? Is this a pyramid scheme we walked into this afternoon? And then I started thinking how the book could actually work to my advantage because of our history. I know there's a good chance that my wife is not going to read this book. And then we're gonna have a big fight. And she's gonna say, oh, I don't know, what does it say in the marriage book? And I'll tell her, well, it says in the book that if this happens, you should blow me and let me go out with my friends. I'm not even in the mood for a blowjob. I'll let you do it to save our marriage. I just mowed the lawn. I don't feel sexy at all, but, you know, I'll take one for the team. People always wonder how my wife feels that I tell jokes about her, and I'll tell you this so you know exactly how she feels about it. A couple years ago, I was on Conan, and I did all these jokes about her being late. It was like just 5 minutes about her being late. That was the whole set, and hundreds of thousands of people saw it on the internet, and they liked it, and they wrote comments that it was funny. Some people wrote comments that I look fat, but most of the comments were about how funny it was. And my wife was late to something recently, and I brought it up to her. I said, you know what? I did jokes about you being late on television, and hundreds of thousands of people across the world laughed at those jokes, almost as if in agreement with my point of view, that it's crazy that you're late to everything. Doesn't that make you want to change your lifestyle just a little bit? And she looked at me, and she said, me being late is our #1 source of income right now. You got me on that one.